Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. And I was just waiting. Look! It's the airship! Floating around in the background. And there goes the ornithopter! Do you see it? There it goes! I fucking love it. Could I just tell you? I don't think it did that when we first played the game. I think more of these things show up as you play. Because one day after I was playing, it was after we went down Victor's route, all of a sudden I was back here and I was like, and I stopped recording and I was like, wait, did the ornithopter just fucking fly by? Like, what? And now there's that blip. That was after fucking Van Helsing's route. We got the fucking airship. That never showed up before. And I don't think I've ever pointed that out to you guys, but I think it's fucking hilarious. So I can't wait to see what fucking, like... I think they only show up just that one time, but it was like, it's so funny. Like, there goes, there's that thing. It's like, that looks like it should be the ornithopter, but then the ornithopter comes closer, so I don't really know what that is. It goes too fast. I want to see if it comes back again. But that's just amazing, and I gotta keep moving this, because otherwise the main theme song will start playing. I don't want to get copyright strikes. Obviously the ones that it was in, and then the end credit ones, we just don't monetize those videos, but like, dude, I need the 14 cents I'm gonna get for monetizing this shit, so. Here it goes! I fucking love it! It's great! Okay. Do you want to load? Yes, we do. Okay. Right. I played yesterday, and I'm already like, I played a lot of Detroit Become Human today. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll play this now. Because, like, all right, we got to pace ourselves. We got to play some different games. I want to get some of this recorded. And I'm like, God, I feel like I haven't played this in so long. What happened? It's literally been like 24 hours. Anyway. Darkness. It's pitch black and I can't see, but I feel a strange weight in my arms. Oh, that's right. We got knocked out by the gas because Nemo is a dick. Nemo is a dick! I'm side glancing at my bird. Obviously, his name is Neelix, but we call him Nemo. Bye, Nemo! Oh, it's funny. Anyway. What this weight is, it's painfully clear to me, even though I can't see it. Someone I loved in the past, who I killed. Her life was ruined all because she got involved with me and felt sympathy for a monster. No, it's Impe, dear. When I think this, my mouth moves without even thinking about it. But my lips make no sound, the words being sucked away into the infinitely expanding darkness. Even so, I say the same words over and over again. Never ending. Forever. And ever. No. That's what I was saying. I open my eyes and see a cold metallic ceiling. Are those crates strapped to this? That's gonna be painful when they come crashing down. The noise of heavy machinery reverberates through my body. A dream. I take in my surroundings and realize for the first time that I had been dreaming. Where am I? Why am I here? I drag my heavy head up, trying to raise my body up off the ground, but I totally forgot that's what I was doing. Before I started playing this, I was just like thinking, and then I was like, and then I started recording. I was like, what am I waiting for? Oh, right. I forgot to open my guide. Hold on. A guide. I keep opening a different one every single time I open it. So my hands and feet have been bound, and I can't move them at all. Still a bit drowsy and dazed, and half dreaming, I try to remember everything that has happened. Okay, this is the one I had the last time. Ah, yes. We're on chapter 10. Ooh, we can get our first bad ending today, guys. That's right. I was trapped with Impe in that room, and then they put us to sleep with gas. Suddenly, I feel a strong pain in my chest around where the horologium is embedded, and hold my breath. My body snaps forward from the intense pain, but the feeling subsides in an instant. There's like no sound on this. I know I heard the theme song, so I know there's music and sound, but like right now it's just quiet. It's weird. What was that? Oh, there we go. I was like, it's really quiet on your side, but that's okay. I notice that my chest is bare with the horologium in full view. Hey, rude! And the horologium. That's rude. You better mean that, like, you just expose above my breast and not like you rip my whole top off and my boobies are hanging out. That is just inappropriate and rude. A tiny piece is missing from it. I don't know exactly how the horologium functions in relation to my body. However, I can imagine that my current situation is a very dangerous one. That pain I just felt was probably due to... I look around the room. Like the other rooms we were shown, this one is filled with metallic material. This place is filled with tightly packed rows of metal boxes. Why am I here? I see your intellectual curiosity has raised a question. I, the genius scientist Nemo, shall answer your questions. Oh, you. I look towards the loud voice in surprise and see Nemo entering the room. Nemo, what's going on? Where's Impey? Impey Barbicane is still being held in the room you fell asleep in. But not to worry. I guarantee his safety. He's too brilliant to harm. I do acknowledge him. I'm actually thinking of speaking with him to see if he will help me with future inventions. Yeah, oh, because he's a douche like you. So Impey is all right for now. Of course, there's no way to tell if Nemo is actually telling the truth. But for the moment, all I can do is trust that he's telling the truth. What do you intend to do with her? With her? I think you mean me. That was me. I think me. What do you intend to do with her? I think that was us asking about. Okay. Soulless doll. You intrigue me. The sole successful sample of the homunculus experiments. However, the main reason why I have captured you is because of that horologium embedded in your chest. The horologium? That stone carries an immense amount of energy. Even a tiny piece is enough to completely change the world. I really wish I'd given him a different voice because this one hurts. It really does. But it's fucking great. But I have fun doing it. He's fucking insane and it works for him. Anyway. Ah, how beautifully it glows. This is what Master Isaac had been working for. A path to divine beyond modern science. He suddenly takes out a dagger and tries to dig it into the horologium. However, the tip of the dagger turns to steam and sizzles away when it comes into contact with the horologium. Ah! What marvelous power! As the horologium nears its completed form, anything not poison-proof is useless. Completed form? That's right. If we follow the correct procedures, your horologium will complete transforming into the Philosopher's Stone. Infinite energy, the creation of souls, and even raising the dead will all become possible. The power to raise humanity to the level of the gods is right in front of my eyes. So are my boobs, you pervert. Those things are impossible. Mama, aren't you quite the jokester? The fact that you, a mere doll, are even having this conversation with me is proof of this divine work. Your very existence is evidence that the horologium is the predecessor to the Philosopher's Stone. You know what I thought of doing when we're done playing this game? I just want to go back and play like a couple of scenes here and there, and I just want to hear the actual Japanese actor voice it, like hear the voices. I want to hear the voice. Like, I want to just go find, like, a fucking Van Helsing scene and be like, let's listen to what his voice sounds like, like, in the game. I just want to do it. I just want to do it. I'm just really curious. I'm still giving them my voices in the next game, but I'm really just curious to what all these characters actually fucking sounded like in the actual game. And then I'll watch the anime and find out what they sound like in the anime, in the dub, obviously, because I can't read subtitles. Anyway, I can read subtitles, I just don't want to. Furthermore, it affirms that the Philosopher's Stone is indeed almighty. I'm unable to respond to Nemo. Imbuing a doll with life, it's true that such an impossible thing is beyond the scope of human skill. The more I try to fight against that fact, the more my active refusal works to affirm the power of the horologium. Now, shall we conduct some verifying experiments as we await the moment of the Philosopher's Stone's birth? That came out weird. Once the horologium becomes the Philosopher's Stone, he's probably going to take it from me. If the horologium is my life source, the moment it's taken away, I'll turn back into a silent doll. It's okay, Impey will still love you because he's kind of a pervert. Just like those 665 versions of me that were in that underground lab. And I've already had a glimpse of the immense energy possessed by the Philosopher's Stone. What do you mean? While you were sleeping, I took a small piece of the horologium after a great deal of effort. I've proven through an ongoing, large-scale experiment that even a tiny piece gives off an incredible amount of energy. Large-scale experiment? What could he be talking about? Ah! Just splendid! Don't you think it's splendid? Don't you feel a tremor of joy running through your body? Nemo looks up admiringly at the ceiling. Oh, Master Isaac! I shall finally continue the research that you started! What experiment are you talking about? How are you connected to Twilight? Aha! Tell me, Nemo! Ah, splendid! Nemo is so far gone into his own little world that my voice doesn't reach him. Honey, he was there long before this. But this is a chance. Right now, with Nemo distracted, I might be able to escape. I managed to get my glove out of the way and press my skin against my restraints, feeling them start to melt instantly. Uh-oh. I can escape, but then what? As the binding melts away, I hear a voice coming from somewhere in my mind. I'm just an artificial doll. The horologium in my chest, my fake heart, aches. Nemo isn't even looking at me. It's as if he's laughing at the very pointlessness of my trying to live. But... Aww. Impey. I need to save Impey. His name, his face popping into my head. They give me the strength to keep going. Aw, this is kind of cute. Yes! Hold on, I gotta flip my thing over. Alright, okay. I have one arm free of the bonds now, because the first choice is going to be a bad ending. That's what we do. That's how we do this. While Nemo is still looking the other way, I shift my clothes and press my bare skin against the rest of the restraints. Hurry. Hurry. Ah! Now the time has come for me to show you what this experiment is all about. Hmm? Nemo looks over at me, but it's too late by then. What's this? I forgot to poison-proof the binding! I'm sorry. Before Nemo can do anything, I hit him hard with my best roundhouse kick. Nice! Go us. Yeah! Nemo tumbles to the ground. He shows no sign of getting up. Did I knock him out? It looks like I got in a good hit. Van Helsing's combat training was truly amazing. I love the fact that we learned combat training from Van Helsing and we're using it to kick ass in this as opposed to in our path when we were with Jack the Ripper and like we were like, oh, Van Helsing has to rescue us, and this one we're like, Van Helsing, psh, yeah, you'd be so proud of me right now, baby. But I gotta go rescue Impey because apparently that's the route we're on, and I can't keep thinking of Van Helsing even though I am thinking of Van Helsing and that last CG. That will never leave my goddamn mind. I'm gonna be on my deathbed being like, oh, that time I saw Van Helsing's nice cartoonish! And like people are gonna be like, what the fuck is this crazy bitch talking about? It's great. Anyway. I need to hurry. Run, run, run. Once I've quickly checked that Nemo is fine, I cover myself back up and start running. I would have done that first. Am I really just a lifeless doll? What is Nemo trying to do, and what was he about to explain to me? Should have waited. I continue running, trying to brush off the doubts creeping up on me. First, Impey and I need to escape from this place. That's all I need to worry about. Our boys are going to come rescue us. Come on. I fix my clothes as I run out into the hall, when I hear unfamiliar sounds coming from different directions. What is that? Sorry, I just had a hiccup. What is that? As I wonder to myself, I hear several sets of footsteps approaching. Uh-oh. I hide in the shadows and observe. I gulp in a breath when I see the figures. Twilight soldiers appear from both ends of the hall. They acknowledge each other as they pass by, then look around cautiously and keep going their separate ways. Is this sound an alarm? Either Nemo has regained consciousness or the Twilight soldiers found him. Maybe I should have tied him up and hid him somewhere. I have to get moving. I look around to make sure the soldiers have gone. I step out of the shadows. Since I don't have an idea of the layout of this huge place, I'll just have to run around and hope I find someplace familiar. Just run around in circles. That's pretty much me in every video game. I quickly look about me and start moving. I make my way forward, taking cover behind things as I go, while doing my best to keep my anxiety at bay. But to my dismay, everything looks the same, and it's difficult to tell where I am. I see many Twilight soldiers while I'm running. It's only a matter of time before they find me. Where is Impei? I whisper this to myself just as I'm about to start running again. I hear several people coming from a hallway intersection up ahead. They're heading this way. I hastily try to hide behind a large piece of equipment when a sudden burst of pain originates from the horologium and runs through my entire body. Pain is gone in an instant, but the shock of it causes me to fall to the ground. Luck is not on my side, and the soldiers run toward me when they hear me fall to the floor. What should I do? Okay, we're gonna save. Hold on. Because if we fight them, it's a bad path. Okay. Let me just bring this back up, right? Ooh, hello. Yes. Fight them leads to a bad ending, so we're going to fight them. Oh, whoops. Oh. Fight them! They're going to corner me at some point and capture me sooner or later. It might be better if I fight them and ask one where Impei is once I've captured them. Fortunately, Van Helsing has taught me some combat skills. See, this sounds like a good idea, but it's not going to be bad. I'll be alright. Let's do this. I hide in the shadows of the intersection and wait for the enemy to appear. Lucky for me, I find a large wrench, probably something used for maintenance. Soon, two enemies appear around the corner and pass right in front of me as I hide in the shadows. Now! I jump toward one of the soldiers. Yeah! And bring the wrench down on the back of the man's head. It's a clean hit and the soldier falls. Gah! The other soldier, although surprised, still draws his sword. But before he can completely prepare himself for combat, I hit him and he slowly sinks to the ground. Good! All taken care of. How is this a bad path? But as I'm thinking this... Oh, here we go. Somebody stabs me. Huh? Okay, there we go. Something slams into my neck and I feel my consciousness fading. That's right. Van Helsing taught me how to fight, but he had said something else too. The most important thing in combat is when not to fight. Is when to not fight. It's too late now to regret trying to take them on alone, without even knowing how many I was up against. I'm sorry, Impei. Right after I whisper this, everything fades into a deep blackness. Aww. We knew that was going to happen because it's a bad ending. There's actually one because I was scanning through. And like it says, this guide is great because in the next chapter it's 2 chapters from now. There's one that says you have to answer no. In parentheses it says, trust me, as much as you want to say yes, no is the correct answer. I can't wait to see what that is because that is just funny. Okay, so we're gonna hide now. That was bad ending number 1, guys. Woo! I think there's only like 2 or 3 in Impei's path. Hold on. Oh my god, you know what's really weird? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay, hold on. There's only one bad ending? There's only one bad ending in Impei's path? Huh. Is that right? Hold on. I want to find a different guide for a second, because I'm not sure if that's true. I want to go to the run that I originally had. Okay, this is the one that I originally had. I swear there was at least 2 in Impei's route. I mean, Impei doesn't have as many CGs as everyone else. No, there's two. There's two fucking bad endings. Thank you very much. The other one was not a good one. There is in the last chapter, so there's two bad endings. Okay, hold on. All right, so I decide not to make any rash moves and calmly hide myself deep in the shadows. This goes in line with what Van Helsing had taught me. I should avoid unnecessary fighting. No matter how weak the enemy is, if I decide to fight, there's always a chance that I might get hurt or even killed. The best line of defense is to avoid any fights that I can. I stay in hiding, breathing quietly, and listen carefully for the approaching footsteps. The funny thing is, they kind of have to assume that, like, you have to have gone down Van Helsing's route and heard all those things, because he kind of does tell you that, but I don't remember these things. Because otherwise, you're going to go down Impei's path and be like, how am I supposed to know what fucking Van Helsing told me? She's like, Van Helsing told me not to do this. Duh. Like, she reminds you, like, when she's about to get killed, she's like, oh, yeah, Van Helsing told me this. You're an idiot. Like, but you wouldn't know. I stay in hiding, breathing quietly, and listen carefully for the approaching footsteps. Two soldiers eventually appear and stop a little ways ahead of where I am hiding, looking around them. So far, they haven't noticed me. If it's just the two of them, I could probably beat them if I catch them by surprise. As if to laugh in the face of my naive thinking, another soldier appears. That was close. If I jumped out to attack the two I'd seen first, I probably wouldn't have noticed the third soldier's arrival. And that's like see, you would have died. So, obviously we know because we did it on purpose. But I wait for them all to leave, and after making extra sure that it's safe for me to move, I start running down the hall again, more cautiously than ever. After running through several similar corridors, I finally arrive at a place that looks familiar. If my memory is correct, Impei's room should be down this hallway. I thank my good luck, then run towards a door. Impei, are you there? I'm here to save you! I peer through the small window in the door as I call out into the room. Aww. Oh, Spacey, you're all right! I was so worried. Impei's hands had been busy with something, but he stops and turns around, smiling. He seems to be completely fine. I exhaled and switch mental gears. I'm fine now, but we have a problem. I'm being chased by Twilight soldiers, and the music is I'm being chased! Nice romantic music. I'm being chased. I love the music in this game. It's so funny because sometimes it doesn't seem to fit, but it's still really nice. It's really good music. They're chasing you? What? So you put yourself in danger just to come save me? Wow, I didn't know your love for me was that strong. Huh? It was love all along. Everything you did was because of your affection for me. Wasn't it, Spacey? We're supposed to say, yes, it was all for love, and that's exactly what I would say, because we're going on his route. But what I want to do is I want to save this. I want to break his fucking heart, and then we'll come back and fix it. It's okay. We're gonna break his fucking heart. Hold on. No, I came to save you because you're my friend. Ha! Don't be shy. I know that you love me. Seeing Impei stare directly at me through the small window, I'm at a loss for words. Now's not the time for this. Think about the situation we're in, Impei. My voice takes on a lecturing tone, and I sigh in exasperation. Suddenly... Okay, hold on. I think that's where we're going to end up. Oh, whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Back. Hold on. Back. I wanted to load. Now I want to load. I think that... Yeah. Yes, it was all for love. Yes, it was all for love. Taken aback by Impei's zealous questioning, I reflexively answer in the affirmative. Impei's eyes sparkle. Aww. Spacey, if that's the case, I shall become a gentleman of love. As a gentleman who loves you, I must save you no matter what. Even in a situation like this guy... Yeah, I know. I can't help but smile, even though I know I shouldn't, considering the situation. Thinking back, Impei has always been like this. I never can tell when he's joking or not, but no matter what the situation, he always shouts his love for me without fail. My empty heart feels warmer somehow, and my cheeks flush slightly. Impei, And once your poison has disappeared, we shall make sweet, sweet love. Oh my god, Impey, Jesus. Make love? It's gonna be great. I'll have you know that I maintain the ladies just as well as I maintain machines. Oh my god, Impey. I don't understand what he means by maintain, and I'm afraid to ask. You know, Impey, can I take back what I said? I'm a little embarrassed. Whoa! I am so pumped! He's not listening. Suddenly, that was really so much better than being like, we're just friends! It was like, yes, it was all for love. I'm gonna make sweet, sweet love to you. What the fuck, dude? And she's like, huh? What? I don't even understand. Oh my god. I maintain the lead. Oh my god, Impey, you need to simmer down a little. Van Helsing needs to heat up a little, and you need to simmer down a little. Van Helsing heated up just fine at the end, thank you very much, lounging there, fucking be like, come over here, I need you in my arms. What? Hi, butt. Oh my god, but Impey still needs to simmer down just a little bit, but anyway. Suddenly, I hear a voice from the end of the hall. There she is, over here. She's trying to help her friend. They found me! I hastily try to open the door, but of course, it doesn't budge. Lupin did teach me how to pick a lock, but unfortunately there aren't any tools I can use lying around. With no other option, I take my gloves off and go in to melt the keyhole, but for some reason the door doesn't melt and simply stands intact in all its coldness. The poison doesn't work! He must have poison-proofed it like Victor did. Nemo seemed to have some kind of knowledge of your secret, so it's not too far-fetched to think that he has some countermeasure. Those guards would have been here and I'd be dead right now, I'm just saying. There's no time to calmly analyze this. The Twilight soldiers are getting closer as we speak. What should I do? What can I... Spacey, just leave me and go. I can't do that. I hear him laughing slightly from behind the door. I knew you'd say that. You're definitely my ideal wife. Then can you get the Twilight guys over here in front of the door? What are you going to do? Just trust the genius engineer. My ideal wife. Jesus, now you're marrying us. Holy crap. I take my eyes off the door and look toward the end of the hall. Yeah, I'm just going to stand here. They're going to run over and I'll just jump out of the way. The soldiers are already close. As far as I can see, the only weapons they are carrying are swords. I couldn't have done anything if they'd had guns, but since they only have swords, I can draw them this way. I check to make sure that no one is coming from behind and take a few steps from the door. I trust you. I take a fighting stance, balancing on the balls of my feet, ready for anything. He's been tinkering with a bomb. The two Twilight soldiers charge forward as if certain of their victory. Just as they pass in front of the door... Impey! As soon as I shout, Impey's door blows off his hinges with a huge explosion. The heavy door slams into the soldiers, knocking them to the floor before they even know it hit them. How'd you like that? That's the might of Mr. Impey's special improvised steam gun. Impey steps out into the hallway and tosses aside the complicated-looking device he had been holding. Impey, how did you do that? I mean, I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. I always carry around a portable Neo steam engine, just in case it might be handy. So I made a steam-powered gun that builds up pressure to blast objects. Jesus fucking Christ, Impey, I'm royally impressed by you, Impey. This is just... wow. By the way, I used the toilet lid as ammunition. I had only one shot with it. I turn around as he explains it and see a toilet lid lodged into the wall. Wow, it's got some power. Impey smiles slightly and nods, then... he puts his arm around my waist and pulls me toward him. CG? CG now? CG? We don't get a lot of them with Impey, but we need more. We need some of them now. What's going on, Impey? Thanks for coming to save me. It made me so very happy. And more than that, thanks for being all right. I'm so glad you weren't hurt. I look up and see Impey's kind smile. I mean, why? This should have been this was a perfect fucking time for a CG goddammit game! They really, see, they didn't give you a lot with Impey. He's only got like, what, 19, and all the other guys are over 20. So it's just, I'm sad that they didn't give you as many with him. I mean, yes, okay, I definitely favor freaking. I mean, I understand Lupin's your main boo, and that's why they have more for him. And I'm really glad we got extra ones with Van Helsing. But I do think it's sad that, like, Impey didn't get a list a couple other ones. I don't know. I realize how close we're standing and blink in surprise. Yes, I'm glad you're not hurt either. You risked all that danger to save me. For love. We can't let that go to waste. All we need to do now is get out of this place. There wasn't any love, actually. Listen up! Come at me with all you've got. I have plenty of time to deal with you. Impey shouts energetically toward the end of the hall. And in response, Twilight soldiers appear in droves from around the corner. Hey now, I didn't actually mean for all of you to come at once, you know. What are we gonna do, Impey? It's obvious. Run! Run! Ah! Impey suddenly lifts me up and starts running at a furious pace. While carrying me, Impey widens the distance between us and the Twilight soldiers. I mean, he's a vampire, so pretty freaking cool, actually. I still wish he had been a werewolf, because I just think that would have been cooler. You know, vampires, werewolves, throw in a fucking, like... I mean, fucking goddamn Saint Germain's, like, fucking immortal, so God knows what the fuck he is, but... Are you alright? Aren't I too heavy? You're as light as a feather. I have the strength of a vampire and the mind of a genius engineer. And as long as I have your passionate love for me, there's nothing I can't do. About that love thing. Aw, these almost pointless chats with Impey strangely melt my doubts away. I smile despite myself, then see Impey's expression tighten in surprise as he looks ahead of us. What's the matter, Impey? Wow, there's a dead end. This doesn't look good. I turn to look, and just as he says, the end of the hallway is coming up. But the Twilight soldiers are closing in behind us. There's no other way out. All we can do is keep moving forward. And in no time, we've arrived at the very end of the passageway. What should we do? Impey hems and haws, making a show of thinking for a brief moment. If we can't go back, just have to break through. I'll clear a path somehow, then at least you can get out of here. No, I told you already, we're going to get out of here together. I'm not going to run off on my own. Spacey, I guess all we can do is resist them, even though we don't have much of a chance. I brace myself, but Impey, on the other hand, looks around us and grins. Don't get me wrong, we're going to resist, but I think we stand a pretty good chance against them. Impey, what are you thinking? I'm a man. I always come through. Just trust me. I'm a man, I always come through. And that's why you are better than men in the real world, because you always come through. I will trust you, Impey, not because you're a man, but because you are a cartoon anime man in a Romancy Otome game. Therefore, you probably will come through, because that's how they made you. Thank God for that. Anyway, the soldiers approach us, but Impey still has a smile on his face. The sight of him makes me start to feel a little more confident. I'm beginning to understand why everyone trusts Impey with the important tasks, even though they always complain about him. I trust you, Impey. Just as Impey nods to me, the soldiers all draw their swords. At that moment, Impey launches himself at the soldiers. If you say you love me! An instant before he clashes with the soldiers, he jumps high into the air. I can even fly! He shouts as he performs a spin kick, slashing through a thick pipe that runs along the wall. A white blast of steam bursts forth, engulfing the soldiers and filling up the hallway. Within seconds, we're surrounded in a thick, superheated fog. Gah! It's hot! I can't see anything! Calm down! Don't lose the target! Fucking hell. Just threw random voices up there. The steam cuts visibility down to 0. As I stand dumbfounded, someone grabs my hand. Now's our chance. Let's get out of here, Spacey. Impey and I start running hand in hand, passing through the confused soldiers. I don't know how long we run for. Impey, look! I point ahead to where the hallway comes to another dead end. But this time, unlike the earlier one, there's a set of doors waiting for us. Could this be our lucky break? No, we just let ourselves deeper and deeper. I guess we just have to hope that these doors lead out. I nod in agreement and start looking for a way to see how we can open them. The doors themselves look heavy and uniquely constructed, but luckily they don't seem to be locked. As I go in to open them, where do you think you're going? I hear a raspy voice and turn around. Oh, great. There stands Nemo with a crowd of Twilight soldiers behind him. How dare you attempt to harm this genius scientist? I think I'm doing his voice wrong. I don't know what happened. I think he broke me. However, it seems the world is not yet ready to part with my genius yet. As you can see, I'm completely fine. That's because I went easy on you. Should I tell him? Yes. Nemo continues to speak, grinning. Now, it's time for you to give up, doll. You are my precious test subject. Heh, there's no way I'll hand her over. She's not going anywhere with you. Step aside, Spacey. Okay, he looks hot when he does that, I'm not gonna lie. I hastily stand away from the doors and Impey destroys them with a powerful kick. Beyond the doors, now a gaping hole, there's nothing. There's really nothing in sight. Not even the ground. What? No way. This huge building... It's airborne? I was fucking... Oh my god, my neighbors. I must think I'm crazy. That was great. Oh my god. Tisk tisk, Impey Barbicade. This is not a building. This is a fortress. A flying fortress. That's right. The world will be shaken when it beholds this immense battle airship. I told you it was the Nautilus, but the Nautilus is... Okay, so in this case, it's an airship as opposed to, like, a submarine, but... The Nautilus! Couldn't keep going, that hurt. Nautilus, an immense airship packed with weaponry and Nemo's dreams. Great. Going far beyond the scope of airship, this behemoth can almost be considered a flying fortress. The greatest strategic weapon, unmatched through all of history, a flying ark created by scientific enlightenment. With this immense power, I shall show the world. They shall see the greatness of science and my brilliant mind. I can't believe it. Is this thing seriously floating? That's right. Surprised, are you? I only joined the airship race to test fly several parts that were needed to complete the Nautilus. There's no place to run. We probably won't be able to escape by breaking a steam pipe like earlier. And even with Impey's strength, I don't think he can take on this many Twilight soldiers at once. But jumping out of here would only be suicide. I glance over at Impey and see that he's mumbling something to himself in shock. Wait, it doesn't add up, and judging this thing's mass from how far we've run, there's no way this thing could be airborne. Could this be... Do you know something about it? Yeah, I know all too well. The thing I've been looking for in London all this time is right here. The thing you've been looking for? That's right. Thinking back, Impey had said that he came to the city to look for something important that had been stolen. He was cooperating with Lupin so he could help him find the item, which means... Nemo! Oh, you're using my gravity alleviator in your Nautilus, aren't you? Gravity alleviator. Invented by Impey and his partner, this device creates a repulsive force that relieves an object of its weight. Oh, that's it. Yours? Nemo's mood shifts upon hearing Impei's words. No! You did it! That device completely beyond our understanding of technology. Impei Barbicane, are you saying you created it? That's right. I made the device so I can reach the moon. What's a gravity alleviator? Simply put, it's a device that enables you to reduce an object's weight to as close to zero as possible. The reason this behemoth of a ship is able to stay aloft is thanks to a component that he stole from me. Stole? How dare you? I was given that device from a certain foundation that supports my philosophy. But still, none of that matters. I'm truly amazed. This makes you a true genius. You're on par with me. I'm better than you, bitch, because your ship can fly without me. Fuck off. Splendid! Now that Master Isaac has disappeared, you're the only one who can understand my noble cause. How about it? What do you say to becoming my right-hand man, participating in this magnificent plan of mine? Is this magnificent plan you speak of to create a ginormous weapon using the device you stole from me? What? Not quite. I shall use this to demonstrate the greatness of science and make the world, which refuse to acknowledge me, bow down before the power of science. Then we can create a world in which we scientists can ignore any so-called ethics to satisfy our knowledge-hungry hearts. So what do you think? This makes you the greatest contributor to the Nautilus. Once I've taken over the world, I wouldn't mind giving you an entire half. That's ridiculous. There's no way he'll agree to that. Isn't that right, Impei? I was waiting for Impei to be like, bullshit! And then she's like, there's no way he'd do that. Oh, he's thinking about it, though, now. He nods gravely in response, then stares directly at Nemo. If you give me the half that has all the ladies on it. Impei! I'm just kidding. Your eyes are scary. Calm down, calm down. Like, if you give me the half that has all the ladies on it. You're sitting here professing your love, and yet you want a half of a world with... You know what? That's it. I'm going back to my... I'm going to stay on the half with all the men on it. Fuck you, bitch. Out. We're done. Not nice. Not nice. All that joking about loving me, and then you're going to fucking fuck all the ladies. You know what, Impei? Ah! He had to be frustrating in some fucking way, right? While saying this, Impei roots around in his pockets nonchalantly. Then he takes out something that looks like a pocket watch and glances at it. Well, well, are you concerned about the time? Do you have somewhere you need to be? Impei simply grins in response, then looks over at Nemo as if he just thought of something. I do have one question. From one scientist to another, how are you keeping this Nautilus airborne? That device requires an immense amount of energy. There's no way you can generate enough power to lift something this big. Oh. While you were asleep, I was able with great difficulty to collect a piece of the horologium. It's already been proven through massive ongoing experiments that even a tiny piece can generate tremendous amounts of energy. I keep getting worse at doing them. Hearing this, I realize something and bring my hand to my chest. Nemo was able to remove a tiny piece of the horologium from my chest. And that piece by itself can produce a huge amount of energy. Could that mean... Huh? Is that safe? I mean, isn't that thing your heart, more or less? I just feel a little unwell. Don't worry about me. Impei closes his eyes. He opens them to glare at Nemo with a serious expression. Nemo, that device wasn't meant to be a power to take over the world. It wasn't made to hurt anyone. I made it to go to the moon. Impei... And let me tell you, I really hate guys who think it's acceptable to hurt a lady. Especially if that lady is someone special to me. I'd rather die than cooperate with the likes of you. Impei points straight at Nemo, then gently wraps his arm around my waist. I'll get the device back, no matter what. You just wait and see, Nemo. I would just push him out the fucking... We're standing by an airlock. I'd be like, I just throw him out the fucking door and be like, and we're done. Just push him out the fucking door. We're gonna jump. What? What are you talking about? We're so high up in the air. There's no place for you to run. Men, capture those two. The Twilight soldiers charge toward us. As he watches them, Impei grips me tightly. He's gonna throw us out. Impei, it's all right. No matter what happens, trust me. Right after he says this, he leaps back with me still in his arms. He leaps without any hesitation out into the blue sky on the other side of the doors. Aww! Yay! Oh, look, our pants are so cute. We've tucked into our little boot. Too far away. My clothes flap in the rushing air. I see the look of disbelief on Nemo's face and the huge Nautilus getting smaller and smaller. The ground is far below us. The forest is like a green carpet. From this height, even the houses look like tiny specks. My perspective is thrown off, and it feels more like we're floating, not falling. Oh, that's so cute! Look at it, it's so pretty! And for once, her eyeballs aren't the size of his head. I like that. I don't know why they always do that, because, like, that's what throws me in some of these, is, like, they always make the female's eyes, like, way too big, and it's like, and if they just made them just a little bit smaller, I would be totally, but it's like, that's the one thing that always throws me off. This one is not like that. This one I see, and I'm like, no, it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Let's just enjoy this. Impei, why would you do this? Look at that. Oh. Look at how fucking cute that is. Oh. Oh, guys, that's so pretty. Oh. Oh. Sorry. Okay. There's no way either of us will survive this fall. If we just let ourselves get captured, maybe I wouldn't have made it, but you could have saved yourself. Are we crying? Why would you do something so suicidal? I shout in the loudest voice I've ever used into Impei's face right before me. But Impei simply closes his eyes calmly with an expression as clear as the sky we're falling through. Oh, so you're saying that you don't care if you die, as long as I survive? Because I was never alive. Hearing my own voice makes me unbearably sad. I'm so frustrated that the selfish actions of a lifeless doll have robbed him of his life and future. But even thoughts like this will soon come to an end in death. We're talking about death. You know we're not going to, obviously, but then the romantic music is just so funny. It makes me very sad. Don't worry about me. A doll that had no life to begin with is simply going to break and stop moving. But you're alive. You had a future and a dream of going to the moon. That's why you dying, it's wrong. It can't be right. Spacey, you're the one who's totally wrong. You can't die either. Why? Impei smiles kindly despite the situation we're in, and if he could kiss us, he'd have fucking kissed us by now, and he'd be like, the timing is always wrong for these. You're like, you're kissing us and we're about to die. You know what, whatever, I'm not gonna complain. Hey, Spacey, do you believe in fate? What are you talking about? Do you believe in love at first sight? Huh? This is hardly the time. I do. Because from the moment I laid eyes on you, I had a feeling that I would fall in love with you. I feel like he says that to everything with a vagina, but whatever, we'll take it. And as I went on adventures with you and overcame countless dangers, I grew more and more certain of that feeling. Now, Spacey, when you get sad, I'm 10,000 times sadder. When you smile, it makes me 10,000 times happier. I know nobody really takes me seriously, but I'm truly serious about this. I swear. Impei, so don't say that you don't care if you live or die. That's gonna make me 10,000 times sadder than you. Impei's speech makes me happy. I don't deserve this. Yet his feelings for me make me feel so happy I can't catch my breath. And the CG is fucking gorgeous. It's beautiful, and look how adorable he is. Oh, Impei, you're stealing my heart, even though you're such a pervy little bastard. Oh, but I still kind of love you anyway. But no matter what kind words he says to me, our lives will soon come to an end. Yeah, but we'll die together. Which we won't, but I shiver as the ground grows nearer, and I hug Impei close. When he next speaks, his voice is very soft. Do you remember what I said earlier? What? If you say you love me, I can even fly. That's true too, you know. That's impossible. Are you sure? One thing is always true in both love and science, and it's that you never know until you try. Or is it impossible for you to love me? Impei looks at me intently. We continue to fall, still in one another's arms. It strikes me as very strange. The fact that I'm about to die and that he will die along with me. I forget about all that in this moment. Before I know it, the words come from me unbidden like a prayer. Aww! I love you, Impei. I love you too, Spacey. Aww. And then a miracle happens. They just ruined that! Oh my god! Who's calling to us? Spacey! Impei! A faint voice reaches us through the fierce wind. I see a black dot above us in the sky as we fall. It's the ornithopter. The dot grows bigger and bigger, and its shape becomes clear. That's the ornithopter! Don't move around, you two. I'm coming for you. I was wondering if it was going to be Lupin, but I couldn't tell, so I don't know. The ornithopter picks up speed as it plunges toward us. When it gets very close, a rope ladder is thrown from the cockpit. Impei grabs hold of it with ease. Phew, made it. You really had me worried. Lupin slowly raises the ornithopter's nose, pulling it out of the dive and into level flight. How are you here? I mean, that's what I'm wondering. I want to say it's the miracle of love, but this was actually my doing. Right before we left the mansion together, I left a note along with a high-precision tracking device. You can't communicate with it, but you can see the locations of other devices and can also transmit an emergency signal. SOS, an internationally recognized distress signal in Morse code, ... SOS. This has been Morse Code 101. Thank you. Anyway. Impei takes out the pocket watch she had looked at on the Nautilus and shows it to me. There are two lights blinking on top of a pane of glass. I set off the emergency signal right before Neebo's gas knocked me out. Then I checked to see that the ornithopter was approaching through this tracking device and dove into the skies. You were thinking that far ahead when you jumped? Of course! I wouldn't just leap off a cliff if I didn't think we'd survive. I want us both to keep living. Oh, and when I said I wanted the half of the world with all the women, I was just lying to stall for time, alright? No, seriously, I wouldn't lie to you. It was a stupid joke. Why aren't you saying anything? Spacey. I'm being honest. Once I'm in love, I'm the type who never strays. I'm just shocked. You really are an amazing person, Impei. Ha! You finally see my value as a man. As a human being, but, you know, we'll find out your value of a man later on when I don't have poison in my body. What? Never mind, Spacey. Nothing is impossible for this genius engineer. Right. Do you know how risky this stunt was? Put yourselves in my shoes. I had to catch you both in mid-fall. It's too much pressure. Yes, thank you too, Lupin. I suppose I'm just glad to see that you're all right. I had faith in you all along. Oh, that was Impact. Never mind. I had faith in you all along, Lupin. I love you, buddy. Feel free to jump back out whenever you feel like it, weirdo. Oh, Lupin, that's so mean. I love it. Look at how he was like smiling at us, and then like look at his face, like. Feel free to jump back out whenever you like it. Feel like it, weirdo. Hearing Impei and Lupin bantering like old friends makes me smile. Suddenly, intense pain originating from the horologium spreads throughout my body. I'm caught unprepared, and the pain makes me arch my back in reflex. Spacey! I feel Impei grab me in a panic. I'm fine. Oh dear God, we're going like on fucking like an hour. I'm sorry. Okay, we gotta stop this. It's like 55 minutes. Holy shit. We should have stopped as soon as Lupin rescued us, but you know, I should have stopped on that CG as we were falling through the air, but I got so distracted. This game gets me so distracted. I don't even know. This could have been like a 2 fucking part part. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this part up here. The next part might be a little bit shorter just because this one was a little bit long. I don't know. We'll see. I will see you guys next time, though. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.